Hey everyone, welcome to Black Women with Opinions, the podcast. I'm Eb.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Sia.
And this is a safe space for Black women to give their unfiltered opinions about anything and everything.
We hope you're ready for a good time.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 5.
Is it 5?
It is episode 5. I can't even believe it, y'all. How does it feel?
It feels accomplishing. Like I feel like, okay, we got some work to show for all of the many hours and all of the growing pains. We got something to show for it.
For sure. Well, how are you ladies feeling this week?
You know, I feel like my feeling is kind of a continuation of last week. It's been rough. I sent my baby to a new school. That was very, very hard for me because I'm not a trusting parent.
Yeah.
Is this one closer?
Way closer. Okay. Like down the street.
Good.
That's good.
It doesn't matter who has to pick them up or drop them off. We got to go that way to get our jobs either way and that way to get home. So it's like, it's way more convenient. And he seems to be, becoming more acclimated to the new school and the new system and teachers and students and everything. But I know change is hard. And he's been with his old school since he was 5 months old.
Oh.
Wow, yeah.
He had an amazing relationship with his teacher there. Like, they love each other. She was so sad to see him go. Obviously he's only 2, so he didn't know exactly what was going on.
Right.
But that was like a struggle for me to be like mom, but like having to let go. And be like, okay, he has to explore this change on his own. I can't be there to hold his hand and wipe his tears and make sure that he's comfortable. I have to just trust the process. And
change is good at that age, though. You really teach them how to adapt to change. And the earlier you can kind of expose and get children into certain, habits. The better for them.
So I know it was good for him, but I'm sure I cried more than he did. I had to call my mama. It was like, oh, my baby. Because he, when we left, he was crying. He was upset. And also it was like, I don't know these people and he don't know these people. And he is my baby. We don't, who is this? And where you going, mama? So it's been an adjustment, but I am glad it's better off for the whole family. And, like I said, it's been a week now. He seems to really be kind of, taken to the teacher. This morning when I dropped him off, I let his hand go and she said, okay, come on, let's go try to sit on the potty. And he went right over to her and took her hand. And that made me feel, that made me feel very comfortable because there's some family members that he won't do that with. So
that's good.
It made me feel way better about the situation.
Awesome. I did the same thing with Rain. She had to leave her home district to go to a special district for her since she's special needs. It was the best thing we could have ever done. When I say those teachers are in love with her, she like a celebrity in the school. Her picture is on the wall.
I love it.
That's how much that the whole school she walk in there, Ray, hey girl, Ray.
And I know that makes you feel even more comfortable.
My God, her teacher that she got, so she been there for 3 years now. Her teacher that she had when she first got there, we went to the open house and she still came. Hi, Miss Lisa. Still came and was like, I love Rain. I'm gonna be so sad where she goes. I was like, me too. So I understand your pain because I'm like, when I gotta put her in high school, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, right.
And so she was consoling me. She was like, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get her in there. We're gonna go meet the team. I was like, now, mind you, this is 5 years down the road.
But you still already thinking about it. Look, I understand.
Already saying.
Oh man.
For future change.
I'm telling you, Em, how was your week?
Yeah.
I'm good, you all. I just got back from vacation.
That's right, girl. You look like you had you a good old time.
I know she had a whole refreshed glow.
Yes. I feel refreshed. I feel reset. I feel really good. I feel really good. I kind of going through right now, I've got little allergies from coming back to the States,
Legit lag.
My body was doing well in the Caribbean.
Okay.
It was doing
maybe
fine.
that's a sign. We might need to.
I know.
Where we belong.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm good. I'm just trying to, catch up from the week, get back into the regular swing of things. But other than that, I'm doing good. I'm just still trying to get myself out of vacation mode. I don't know if you all had to deal with that, but like my brain is still
Think
in
you're
the
on the beach.
islands. I
Right,
think
right,
I'm on the
right.
beach, and I gotta get out of that because
Yeah.
I got an email to answer. Okay,
Work
the
must be
emails are gonna
done.
be there. So
gotta
I'm
work
never
so
ready
you
to
can
come back
play.
from vacation, especially
I'm
if it's
never.
a good vacation. You know,
Exactly.
y'all had them vacations, and then you have a good vacation.
and this was good. This was good.
And I
It
feel
looks
like
good.
that. Yeah, it do look good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that before the vacation and after. Like the few days leading up to it, I don't want to do nothing. I
Oh,
just
I
want to
check
go on
out.
my trip.
Yeah.
I just want to get there. I just want to prepare for that. And then when I come back, it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be still on the beach.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to still be relaxing and not worried about, calling people back and replying to emails.
I'm the
Yeah.
most productive when I know I got a vacation coming. I'd be like, "Oh, you said do some copies? Absolutely! Don't forget, I won't be here in 2 days. I'm going
Yeah.
in 2 days. I won't be here, baby. Don't call me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today you get them copies.
Yeah, I did try to set myself up right because I just don't like being on PTO like a vacation, and then
Yeah.
I have messages or urgent
Coming
things
in.
coming in. So I
yeah.
did try to set myself up right. So, but other than that, life is good.
Good.
Good over here for me. How you doing, Sia?
I am exhausted.
That
That's
part.
real.
Baby, I am tired.
Yeah.
I am happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy and thriving. But when I say tired, I need to reset or something. I need a vacation.
That part.
Yeah,
And it was nice. I am going to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm watching vicariously. Oh, bum.
it's okay.
Baby, I was tired. I'm tired.
It's all right. Friend trip loading 2024. So.
Hey, can't wait.
We gonna do it. We gonna do it.
Yeah,
We need a sponsor.
Right. We'll give a great review wherever you want to send us.
wonderful.
You know, people actually do that for a living. They
Absolutely.
travel influence, and the properties call them to.
To come down and
I
give
love
a
to
review.
see it.
I said, can we be a travel podcast?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Anybody out there interested? We your girls. Holla at your girls.
All right, you all.
Yes, let's get into the show, y'all.
All right, we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Something to Sip On. So, one of our favorite liqueurs
Cocktail food.
is a Malibu.
Yes.
So, we're going to mix a Malibu with a little bit of everything. But this drink is Malibu, strawberry lemonade, and Sprite. Just something simple.
Yeah, easy peasy, but always a winner.
Always.
Something good.
Always on deck, baby.
Yeah. It don't got to be complicated. It's refreshing.
It is.
I love Malibu because it don't have that. Sometimes you don't want that super strong alcohol taste. You
Yeah.
want something fruity, something just.
Malibu will sneak up on you.
Yeah,
Malibu will sneak up on you, and because you can't taste
it's
it.
such
Yeah.
a good mix in.
Yeah, you don't even realize how messed up you are sometimes until you stand up.
Yeah.
Rum to me typically is like that though. It mixes well.
Yeah.
Dark rum, light rum, it mixes well.
Yeah.
So, because Malibu is a favorite for us. We're not even gonna lie.
No, it's
Yeah.
It's at every
always
get
on deck,
together.
yes.
When we go to restaurants, I ask for
Malibu.
for my shot to be Malibu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hubby knows to keep Malibu on deck at the house.
Yes.
I know.
Keep that
This
good.
is
liquor
original Malibu, by the way. This is not one of the flavored Malibus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
original. But we also like pineapple,
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the other one? Coconut.
coconut.
Yes.
Because that strawberry, oh, it's so strong.
I don't love the watermelon either.
No.
It's got
They
like kind of like an
strong.
aftertaste that
They
I don't
strong.
like.
They strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, those
They
other two. Well, the three. The original, the original coconut and the pineapple. Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is super pretty. It's very refreshing. So
Yeah.
we definitely recommend you try it out.
That's right. We sipping, so we want you to sip along with us. Make your drink so you can finish the show.
Okay, we gotta take a little break so y'all can make it and come back and sit down and put your toes up.
All right.
All right. So, this week we are talking about dating in 2023.
Oh, Lord.
It is a lot.
It's an adventure, that's for sure.
Eventually.
It looked like a horror story from my view.
Okay.
Child, the stories I hear. Luckily, I ain't got nothing to look. I'm a observer, but
Right.
very, very, very married. But damn, the things that be happening and the
Yeah,
dating
boy.
pool. My word,
It is a ride that you really want to get off, but it just won't stop.
it's like
I'm happy I got off at the stop. at the right stop.
Yes.
Girl.
Yes. So why don't we all say a little bit about like where we are in relationship right now? Okay. All right. So I'll start since it was my suggestion. So I have been with my husband for 10 years. This year we've been married for 7 and 8. It's coming up. Our anniversary is in October. I don't know by then for sure a number. It's been a lot of years.
That's real.
Right. We just keep celebrating.
Well, it's been about 9 because Rain is 9.
Yeah. Yeah. We got married in 2016.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's insane.
We first met him when Rain was in my stomach.
Right.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. That's how I know.
Yeah. Okay, so and before that I had a very interesting dating life. I wouldn't say a player, but I had one serious relationship before I got married, and then before that, we just fucking, we don't love him kind of attitude.
Yeah. That's real.
That is a very 20s attitude.
It was very much in my 20s. Well, actually, even just a little bit younger, because I met my husband when I was 23.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
we talking college age, though. We talking 18, 19.
Exactly. Exactly. It was definitely end of high school, start of college, where I was just like, I don't know, these dudes ain't really seeming a whole lot of nothing, so I'm gonna just have me some fun. I was not expecting to meet my husband. Actually, I feel like in our friend group, we always talked about who's gonna get married first, and my hand was always down. No, not me. I'm about to be out here having me a good old time. And then, here I was, the first one. The first one. But happily married, love my man, love you, boo. And okay, what about you, Miss Eve?
Well, I have an amazing partner. We've been dating a little over 2 years. Ooh. And he's just amazing. He's a breath of fresh air. Mm-hmm. He's my peace.
Yeah, my peace. It is so pretty. It is beautiful.
Yeah, no, but seriously, he just really is a breath of fresh air, and he's very motivated and ambitious. So that aspect to me, I'm a pretty ambitious person, so I grew to know that that's what I needed. Prior to him, I took an entire year off from dating. I just wanted to heal myself. I'd been through some things, from previous persons, and I just wanted to make sure that I was as whole or giving my full self to someone, and that they weren't consistently impacted by what I've been through. So that was important to me. I've never really been like a serial dater or anyone that needed a partner really heavily. I know some person, there's nothing wrong with that, a person that likes to date, but I was really focused when I was in school. I was just focused on school and got into something that wasn't the best for me, and then got out of it and realized that I needed some time to be the best me I could, and then I met my partner, and we've been happy ever since. No relationship is perfect, but I know that he's absolutely just my breath of fresh air. He's fun. He's funny. He's silly. I'm a lot of things. I'm sometimes not. Yeah. So I appreciate that he brings out those sides in me. Sometimes he feels like he probably feels like it's pulling teeth to make me silly, but he brings it out in me, and I need that, especially because I'm a pretty serious person most of the time. But I appreciate, he's like the yin to my yang, so that's good. Yeah. That's cool.
He must ain't never seen you with your friends.
Cause
you're actually pretty fun.
Thanks, guys. I try to be fun too.
You actually are pretty fun.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I have always been in long-term relationships. I was never really a serial dater type. I was always I found a partner and a couple of years down the road, and we're still there. I am in It's Complicated.
That's real.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's complicated, but I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. Yeah. But we gonna see. We're gonna see how that play out. Okay. Moving on from me.
Yes. I was just to your point about like you and your partner Ebony being like complete opposites.
Yeah.
I feel like me and my partner are sometimes too similar.
Yeah.
We are both Cancers, so we are both very much in tune with our feelings, emotions, and how we're feeling at the time. And sometimes that goes really well, and sometimes not.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, because I'm feeling all of my feelings. I don't
Yeah.
really have a whole lot of room for your feelings, and vice versa. But I think we also do a lot of communicating. That is like a lot where our intimacy is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of in communication. We want to tell each other a lot about what we're thinking, feeling, and how what you said made me feel.
Well, that's helpful. That's how
I love that,
relationships
though.
stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Is you got to communicate, and a lot of people don't really know how to do
Know
that.
how to do that
So,
effectively. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying we always do.
How about I thought I was a great communicator? How about I thought I was a great communicator because I was able to say my feelings?
Yeah.
So I thought I was a great communicator.
But that's only half of communicating.
Well, that's not even the essential part. Because when you are communicating with somebody, you have to be able to communicate in a way that it is effective.
yeah.
So I can't just say my feelings. Like, I would do stuff like once I'm angry, that's when you get an earful. Now you're hearing everything that I have been kind of
Holding in.
trying to, navigate. You don't really want to upset.
Right. You don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah,
if
you know what I'm saying?
have
What you
to.
have going, especially if it's going good and
Right.
you feel like, I can...
I'll hold on to that.
Okay,
Right.
We'll come back to it later, and so I would kind of hold on, and then I would be like, okay, come on, get these feelings.
Yes.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Now I'm about to emotionally vomit all over everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hear everything.
And then you don't. Now it negates your whole point.
Yeah.
Whatever you was mad about is now.
everything else.
It's so much to tackle when you communicate like that. I have become a much better communicator.
That's good though.
Communicating my wants, my needs, everything in a effective way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's necessary.
In a helpful way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All and also being cognizant of the fact that you have to say it in a way that they can receive it.
Yes.
So it's like, I just want to get this off my chest so I can tell you, but I also have to be mindful of being careful with my words.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can just say it real plain. And that's just how it is.
Yep.
Except just because that's how you feel, there are many, many ways to say it. And what are you looking for? Are you looking to start an argument? Are you looking to prove your point? Or are you looking to get your point across so that they
Right
can
there.
receive the information?
Knowing your intent behind this content.
Right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is just like, you done pissed me off, so now I got a whole earful for you.
I got a laundry
I got a
list.
laundry list of things that I'm upset about. And it's like, but wait a minute. That ain't even where the whole conversation started.
Yeah.
So,
And I
But how
think-
about you not getting your needs met after that?
No.
You do all
No.
this word vomiting and all of this, and your needs are still not met.
Right.
How
But
about?
I think sometimes I have to like realize how I need to be communicated, but also how that person needs in that moment to be communicated. Because if that person has had a rough day or
it may not be appropriate.
it's just not appropriate, and sometimes I just want to tell you how I feel, what you what's going on, but it's like you had a rough day too, and I'm about to unload all this on you now. Like, it's taught me to be more considerate.
Sure.
Yeah, that's one of my
because
things.
timing is
Pick the
big.
space.
Yeah.
I like to pick the space, especially set the space too. I think
Yeah.
it's really essential sometimes when you are trying to get a need across.
Yeah.
That you pick and set the tone of the space.
Yeah.
I don't like to come in anger or very accusatory. I try to let you know what my need is without making you feel alienated or attacked
Right.
Yeah.
in the same instance.
Because it's like, am I trying to shame you, or do I want to inform you of
Yeah.
what I need?
Because
So that
I
you
need
can
this to
change it.
change.
Right.
Yeah.
Girl.
But if you start with shame, then it's like, then the other person is automatically on the defense.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be helpful either for conflict resolution.
And who want to be out here on the dating scene? It is trash.
Oh my gosh.
Trash.
Oh, my heart goes out to all of my single friends. Cause girl, I've already told my husband, if this don't work out, please know that I will be single.
Yes.
You ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got time for
That's
these
so
fools out
real.
here.
You know my next move? It's sugar daddy.
Okay.
I done already told
Listen.
everybody. So when y'all see my old man,
Just
don't
say
y'all
hey.
say nothing.
Say hi, Vernon.
Y'all
How you
welcome
doing
him
today?
into the family because we marry him for money, not love.
Girl.
So you could just
Well,
it's
it's
shallow
for me. How many? What's hi?
Good
text
morning.
messages.
What you doing?
Well, even worse, GM.
now, baby, I don't even text
GN.
back. You won't get a response.
Because how many people did you send that 2-letter?
Now I knew a dude that was trying to talk to me, baby, and he had 7 women that he sent. Good morning, beautiful. Have a great day. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, matter of fact, it didn't even say beautiful. It said good morning. Have a great day. And I was like, excuse me. I ain't even writing back.
Because was that supposed to start a conversation? Or?
Yeah, and he was like, why you ain't writing back? And I was like, what?
But it's for
I
me.
got people knocking down my door like, good morning, beautiful. Hey, sunrise. Hey, beautiful queen of my life. Why would I respond to good morning, have a good day? Are you my mother?
Also just some individuality like that.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are you really trying to start
Is
the
that-
conversation for the day, or are you just sending a text out of obligation?
And
Is
who
that the
feels
depth
special
of the
off of that?
conversation? That's the only thing you have to offer me in conversation is, hey, what's up? All right. Okay. If you
It's
give me
because, like-
another okay after I said something to
You
you,
just sent a paragraph and it's like, okay.
But it's because they trying to keep a consistent conversation, like consistent communication with you, but not actually invest in you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you every day, but I'm not gonna put much in it. So that way, when you come and you be like, well, I don't really think you like me. Oh, I text you every day, so why you feel some type of way?
But consistency is only part of the equation. It also has to have substance. What are we talking about? If I can look and scroll through the text messages and it's the same 4 lines every time you reach out to me, like, why would I don't want it.
No.
No thanks.
and you just keep rotating that same script over and over and over again every day. Good GM. G night TTYL.
You might as
Can
well
you-
keep.
can you speak-
You
can
might
you
as well
speak
keep all of
English?
that because you are not gonna get any type of
But
communication.
my thing
from me.
is, I think that some, not all, but some women are not seeing that is not trying at all. That there's no effort.
Baby, don't let me get started on how women have lowered their standard for these men. Don't get me started. I talk to him all the time. Oh, he don't even like me. He hates when I call. Excuse me? Dump it.
Well, see, I
he
think
don't get none of your attention.
that's why it's so important to heal from what you've been through and take some time to acknowledge what you've been through.
Well,
because-
some of it is not even that, Ebony. They literally think that is how it should be. Like, they like, oh, he writing me, he communicating.
Yeah.
Baby, but what's the content behind it? And then
Yeah.
once you break it down and you talk this through,
Yeah.
and then they like, oh,
Some women have never seen better, though. You know,
they
if-
have it, and that's what I'm saying. It don't
Yeah.
even be necessarily.
But that's why they need to heal from it.
yeah.
Because clearly you don't have a good example of what
Well, you
it
can't
should
heal
look like.
from non-exposure. You have to get the exposure.
You got to heal from that mindset. You have to heal from thinking that this is the norm, this is how it should
Yeah.
be.
I think it comes from being observant, though, because if you're in the environment, right, you have no idea that what you have is just mediocre, and then you are not observant about a man or someone presenting themselves to you, treating you right, speaking to you kindly, pouring into you, you could totally miss it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you were just not observant of it. You were just so stuck in what you've had that you're not even aware of what you could have, because you just are letting it pass you by. And it may be because you're so stuck on someone, and maybe because you were so invested. If it doesn't matter how many dollars you've invested in someone, it doesn't matter how much time you've invested in someone,
Or potential.
but if you have lost yourself in the investment, honey, you about to lose everything.
Yeah, what's your return on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The picking of a partner is so very, very important.
it is.
Which is why I'm kind of like, you have to have some type of exposure or something, but you have to seek that out.
Yeah.
You do have to,
because some people are just born with it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, some
Yeah.
people see that just in their household growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my parents, y'all, you know, was just celebrated 36 or 37 years of marriage. Like, like some people do have that opportunity to see it.
Yeah.
And the good, bad, and the ugly. Because just because your parents been married, I mean, I know some folks that should have broke up back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like,
Because to that point, I've seen a lot of stuff that I internally was like, I don't want that for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't want that for myself. And you know, when I was growing up and when I was kind of getting into the dating scene, I used to be like, well, why she taking that? Why what's
She don't
wrong?
know she deserves
what's
better.
wrong with you? And I don't think it was nothing necessarily wrong with them, except they didn't have the exposure. And because they didn't have the exposure, nobody even cued them into that they need to be seeking a different type of relationship. Because you have the longing. You know, we have the longing for a partner who is supportive, who is loving, who is, you know what I'm saying, who is a compliment to us. But if you don't have no exposure about what is a good relationship or what is appropriate for yourself.
Yeah. And what is a good relationship for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what a good relationship for me is not the same for you. It's not the same for you. But that's something that you have to learn yourself.
Self-discovery.
And a lot of times that does come from being in some of these jacked up relationships.
For sure.
Or watching somebody else be in a situation
For
where you're
sure.
like, oh, nope, that I can't do that.
Won't pick
Or that right there, that's a trait that I need in a partner for me.
But that's why I think even if you have or have not been exposed, if you are observant around the people in your life that have a decent relationship, may not be perfect, but it's decent. It's better than what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
And you're not being observant to say, hey, well, maybe that's what I should go after. Then you have to understand, you have to be accountable to yourself to say, hey, I need to position myself in a better situation. I don't deserve this man talking to me like this.
Right.
I don't deserve to never go out on a date. I don't deserve to sit at home and only Netflix and chill.
Or for him to only call me in the middle of the night.
Yes.
I hate that Netflix and chill is a thing. That's not a first date.
That's not.
But you know, on the flip side, these men,
they will finagle you into it.
these
And
men,
woo.
they act like the feminine in the relationships.
Yeah.
They are asking women to take them on dates, and they are basically being like, I know my worth. Any man who says they know their worth, automatic red flag to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Red flag on the play.
I'm sorry, y'all, if you feel some type of way. Any man who say they know their worth is automatic red flag. Date a man.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because I feel like as a man you should know your worth. Similarly to as a woman, you should know your worth, and you should know that, because in the dating world, it's not just the men that just be talking crazy or
Absolutely
acting a fool.
not.
Yeah.
So if you're a man in a situation and you feel like you're being devalued and you feel like you're being mistreated, you
Yeah.
should know your worth and know that that's not the person that you want to be with.
Yeah,
In
that's
that
not-
aspect, but that's not the aspect I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you walking into a woman's life and you think you are the prize.
That's my problem.
You're
It's
not the
it's
prize like
fact
that. You know what I mean? You're not the prize like
That's
that.
my problem. Is if you are the male or the woman, and you feel like you have to profess your value, then you're not giving anyone the
Yes.
opportunity to earn the prize.
Right.
Yeah.
You're stating the value
Right.
that I don't even know.
That is valuable to me.
Yeah, I don't even know what you bring to the table yet, but
I
I'm
agree
ready.
with that.
I'm ready to figure it out. I'm ready to explore and learn it. But if you have to profess it, then I don't even believe it's there.
It screams insecurity.
Yeah.
It screams
Yeah.
like I'm trying to cover up or I'm trying to make sure that you don't pay attention to A, so I'm going to just profess B. And this is what I'm leading with, and this
it's honestly a distraction to me.
Yeah.
You're saying all these things, and I'm wondering why.
right. Why do you feel the need? Why can't you just show
Why
me?
can't you just show me?
Well, some of this is they want, like I said, a woman to jump in and be everything to them while they feed her crumbs. And that's what I'm talking about when they come in with I'm the prize mindset. Even in the Bible, it say a man who find a wife, not a wife who find a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the initial investment, because in my opinion, women put their life more on a hold and more on a halt when they get into relationship than men did. It's even in studies. In studies, they like men who are married live longer. They have better profits. It is such an investment for you to have a good woman and a good partner. And I'm not taking away from the men that they don't add value to, but the woman, she bear the children, she take care of the household, and society has expected her to do all of that. So when you come to a woman and you be like, you need to take me on a date, for what? Why would I invest in you up front, knowing all that I have to give once we are there?
Yeah.
I don't just my opinion.
I mean, yeah, of course, that's what the show is about giving your opinion. I don't think I will say this. Yes, initially, my opinion is yes. The man should be the one that is pursuing you. Mm-hmm. But also, I say that with the knowledge of knowing that I'm the one who reached out to my husband first. Mm-hmm. And actually the relationship before that, I'm the one who reached out to that person first. Like, that was like, I saw something that I liked, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, was saying, I think that you have some potential. I think that this could be a thing. Mm-hmm. I'm really interested in seeing where this goes. Mm-hmm. And once I showed interest, because rejection is real. Mm-hmm. So just because he doesn't say anything doesn't mean he's not interested. But I'm never been afraid to be like, yep, I like that, I'm gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna see where it goes.
Now, did he pick up the ball once you threw it to his court?
He absolutely did.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also took care of each other.
But that's fine. But I'm literally talking about the way, because you're not out here.
I'm sure.
So you don't even see some of this stuff, or even I see it. I mean, they try to put it on to me. Yeah. Literally leading with, I'm the prize. Come take care of me.
Well, any man that presents himself in that way, I would automatically know would be somebody that I wouldn't even pursue anymore.
And that's
would be the brick wall for me.
Yeah, because I believe in reciprocity. Yeah. So we're gonna have a give and take. But I'm not saying that you come in and the woman should be solely dependent on you. Absolutely not. But you taking care of a date so that you can get to know her.
Right.
No, but it's also immature to me. I'm too mature for that. If you're going to carry out a conversation with me, you want to pursue me, or if I express interest in you, and I'm waiting to see how you're going to lead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you can't lead, then
I'm not following.
That's just something that I need.
What I'm saying. I don't have a problem with a woman shooting her shot, or however you call it. Mm-hmm. What I do have a problem with is the lead-in from the man not being, to me, my opinion, in a masculine energy. Mm-hmm. Like, that's y'all thing. Y'all always hollering, I'm masculine, but then when it comes to being a air quotations provider, y'all like, take care of me.
If any man does that, he would automatically not even be in my space.
But this is a dating thing. So these people come, try.
You do discover these things. I think it's important too when you're dating, right? Especially in those first couple weeks, to not have such a facade, to not just see, so that you can see the red flags. Sometimes we fall in love in the first week.
Yeah. Oh my You've planned your whole life and you don't even know that man's last name.
You don't know his last name. You don't know his goals. You don't know anything about him, and you were just falling in love with him. You placed your life in his hands, and you don't even know his last name. Yeah. You placed your life in his hands, and you don't even know his goals, his aspirations. You don't know how he really is going to treat you.
You don't know what his
you haven't seen him in all seasons. Yeah. That's just insane.
Yeah, that all seasons is very important, because it's all sweet in the beginning.
How is he when he gets stressed out?
Right.
How is he when somebody in his family goes through something? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How is he when you go through something? Mm-hmm. How is he when your parents or your loved ones go through something? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How is he when you win?
Yeah.
How is he when you lose?
How is it when he loses?
Uh-oh.
Because sometimes when you winning and he not, and that may happen. It's life.
Yeah.
But how is he going to be able to deal with that? Yeah. Because that's the thing. A lot of men's ego is attached to what they can provide. So how does he behave when he can't? Because life is going to happen, and you don't always have control of where your life takes you. So you in a situation now, and you're in this relationship where he was the breadwinner and he was being able to wine and dine you, and all of a sudden he can't do that, and that's all where his sole necessity is in this relationship is attached to. That's where he feels like he's providing for you, and now he can't. How is he gonna be real mean? Is he going to just deep dive into depression? Is he going to fight harder to get back to it? Like, what's the next step?
Yeah.
But even in that, the women have to check themselves too. Because if your checklist is he can provide and that's the end of your checklist, that's a problem for me. Yeah. That means to me that you are not ready to be dating. Yeah. If that's your end all be all.
You're looking for a sugar daddy. You're not looking for
a financial situation.
Which there are people out there that are also looking for that. And that's who you need to find.
I'm not mad at you.
That's my thing. You can always go get what you want.
Right.
Be real with yourself.
You have with yourself and the other person.
Yeah. You have options. You don't have to. And that's where that reciprocity comes in when we're talking about the give and take. Because he have to check that woman too. If she just coming for providing and you fall down and now she out the door, that's the same. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. That's why I'm like, I'm not taking away from them, but I just know what it takes to be in a long-term relationship with somebody through seasons. Yeah. And it starts at the day one. I do not believe in falling in love on day one. I believe you can really like somebody. I believe you can enjoy. I know your situation. That could cut it out. You are not the rule. You are the exception.
I don't believe that it can't happen. I believe that it is a gem when it does. I think that when it happens, it's like, it may not be everybody's story.
Right.
You know, that's not everybody.
That's not everybody's story, though. That's why I said Mandy is the exception.
What C is talking about is the fact that me and hubby went. Let me let y'all in on the inside. So me and hubby went on our first date. 2 weeks later, we were a week later we were officially like together. 2 weeks after that, I moved in with him. And then
we all thought she was nuts.
Everybody said that I was crazy, but I knew. And that's the thing. Yeah. You cannot listen to what everybody else is saying.
Now
you have to block out. You have to block out the noise because at the end of the day, our relationship is me and him.
Yep.
Right.
And so if it feels right, and even I say that even if it would have failed. It felt right, and so I need to go with this feeling while it feels right.
Yeah,
I thought about all of the possibilities. I thought about if everything goes perfect. I thought about if everything goes wrong, and I still felt strongly about doing it. Yeah. I always tell folk, my grandma, love you, little mama. My grandma told me, I've been watching First 48. We don't really, we don't really know him. And I'm just like, fair, but I think I'm good.
Now I'm all about go with what you feel.
Yeah,
but sometimes I'm like with caution because, like with you, Mandy is a strong-willed. I know that she. Like, even though we didn't like your decision, we kind of like, Mandy,
a lot of people,
you're stressing us out.
A lot of people,
but it was stressful because we know how it can go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we were just scared for you because we didn't know Darrell.
Right.
You knew Darrell, and you knew how you felt, but we didn't know him. So to us on the outside, we like,
what you doing, girl? Why you moving so fast?
You're making us nervous.
Yes.
But everybody can't do that though.
Everybody can't do that, but
everybody don't have a man like that either.
No, and I will be the first to say, that's a good man, Savannah.
That's a good man.
I got me a good man,
a good one.
And I'm not saying that that's everybody should take my approach and move forward. But what I am saying is that prior to that being my situation, I would have said the same thing everybody else said to me. That's crazy. You moving too fast. You don't even know this man like that. But when you feel it, like I said, even if it would have failed, it's like, but this is how I'm feeling, and I am ready to invest and explore where this takes me.
I'm all for taking the leap. Yeah. I really believe in taking the leap. Like
loving somebody is a leap.
Yes, in everything though. Like even in your career, even I'm all for taking the leap. If you got it deep down in your spirit and it feels good to you, even if it failed, like we was talking about the podcast, even if it failed, it feels very good.
Yeah,
I want to keep going with it. Right. I just say some people have to go with caution because we do have a term called love bombing, and that is. It's not a genuine connection when somebody is doing that to you.
But unfortunately, you may not know that until it's too late.
Which is why I don't believe in being too gung-ho and too clingy on certain things. Because we have that intuition and we kind of like, I know this feels good, but it's something that I'm
But that's why I think that timing in a relationship is just like it's individual snowflake. You know, everybody has
everybody's
a different
story is different.
For sure.
And I don't really like when I see people trying to rush other people just because that was like their story. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
So if you're that person, you have a friend that, you know, maybe at the, you know, so-called finish line or getting towards a certain place.
What's the finish line?
I guess like a step in your relationship. You know, they moving to the next step, the next phase. Don't rush them. Let them do that on their own.
Well, you know,
let them decide that on their own. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Everybody has to walk and go on that journey their individual pace.
Yeah.
And because it could have been a situation where one of us was ready to like just jump in and the other one was very apprehensive.
Yeah.
But it felt so natural. So it felt like I just met this man a few weeks ago, but I feel so
like
connected. Yes. I feel like I've known him my whole life. I feel so connected to him. And we just gonna go with our flow.
Yeah.
It might not make sense to nobody else, but we're gonna see where it takes us.
Relationships are always an individual, an individual concept to me. Yeah, because just because your relationship looks like that does not mean mine looks like that. You know what I'm saying? Nor do I need it to look like that. We don't know the inner parts of everybody's relationship, which is why it's not for us to covet.
Exactly,
because we don't know what's going on. But I definitely believe in being a little cautious. Yeah, sometimes, especially if you don't have. Desperation is a real thing. Yeah, and you can really tell that it's desperate out here right now.
Well, see, I wanted to talk a little bit more about love bombing because you brought that topic up, and I think it's really important.
Do you know, thing, Mom?
I was just checking and choosingtherapy.com, and they gave some really, really helpful signs of love bombing, and I think sometimes people don't even realize what it is. Yeah. So, just a few that they mentioned is wanting to know everything about you right away.
Instead of it organically being a conversation and a flow type.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that really trying to get to know all the things about you so that they can present themselves as that perfect person for you to make you fall even faster?
A lot of the dating coaches that I follow, they be like, don't tell them anything. Don't tell them anything. Make them get to know you.
Yeah.
Don't tell them what your ideal man is. Give them a vague concept.
Yeah, because you're literally giving them the blueprint to then turn into the perfect man.
To present this person.
Yeah.
Some others are pressuring you to commit, saying all the right things, intense clinginess, over the top expensive gifts. I think that's a big one.
That's sugar daddy territory.
That is sugar daddy territory.
Yeah. Sudden coldness or withdrawal. I know I've seen that happen in relationships where it's just like, all of a sudden the person is just, they said one thing or they decline doing something. Next thing you know, they're cold to them.
They can't keep that stuff up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, sharing their personal details too quickly.
I hate that.
Like, I didn't ask for all this.
I need to know all of it.
You telling me your full life story. And
your mama was a crack hoe?
Yeah. Oh. Or have you ever been with, you're on a date and then the person is just pouring all the information out. You can't even get a word in.
Oh my goodness. That's not the partner for me.
No.
Yeah.
That's not the partner for me.
Because just loose on our first date or second date, like you just if you telling the grocery clerk at the checkout all of these stories too, and the waitress at the restaurant, and
why do I need to know all this?
I don't even know if I like you. I don't even know if I'm gonna see you again.
Why do I need to know all of it? At least present a sane human being, because you come off a little unhinged.
But
that's the word.
Like unhinged. You like.
But you also have to remember that there are people out there that have. Like somebody who may be autistic or somewhere on the spectrum, and not realize that I'm sharing too much.
That's
those
true.
social cues.
Yes, right. Not understanding those social cues, that this is very much surface, just getting to know each other time. I don't feel comfortable, because it should be a mutual comfortability.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable sharing this, and I also don't feel comfortable receiving all this very new information about somebody that I don't really know.
You know what's funny though? It really is a world where there is somebody out there for you.
Yes.
Because I have seen two socially awkward people get together, and it is like
match
so
made in
sweet,
heaven.
and I'm like, I would never.
I could never do
but
that.
But baby, y'all.
It's beautiful for you.
Like, honey, I know an older couple, and both of them are like big kids, 50 plus, big kindergarten to brain. They're intelligent, but I'm just saying they're so whimsical.
Yeah,
but it's just like they met and they come together, and to see them interact is just like looking at two little kids
Yeah.
in the playground with each other.
Yes.
That's how you feel, but they love each other and it works.
Yeah.
So
See, I love other people's relationships. I don't covet them. I don't want them for myself. But
Right.
I love seeing two people who make each other happy, and you can tell that they genuinely have a connection. No matter what that connection is over or about, whatever. But they genuinely just look like both of y'all relationship. I'm like, oh my goodness. I love that for you. I love them because I love how they love you guys. Because
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
They love on them so heavy.
Out loud.
yeah.
Out, baby.
Out loud.
Yeah.
You,
It's important.
they gonna hold hands.
Yeah.
Baby, you need it. You need some something.
Yeah.
I love how my man loves me and then loves me through other people.
Yes.
Or loves other people through me. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like if he realizes that I love somebody else, it's an instant thing. Okay, well then that's our person.
Yeah.
He's such a sweet
yeah.
man.
And
so attentive.
He is. He wants to please me and make me happy, and I want that for him. I want to please him and make him happy. And so I heard somewhere, I don't even know where the source is, but I heard somewhere that like in a relationship, if your main focus is making your partner happy, and your partner's main focus is making you happy, you will always be in a good space because
Always.
you will always have somebody that it is priority to them to make sure that you are good.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
negating that you should also make sure to take care of
wonderful.
yourself.
Okay. I didn't want nobody to get that.
Right.
Not negating that or prioritizing someone else's happiness over yours,
Yeah.
but also making sure that I realized that he was down today. I'm gonna be cognizant
Being
of
present
that
in that relationship.
and make sure that I think of something. I know that pancakes is his favorite breakfast. I'm gonna go ahead and make him some pancakes. I'm
Yeah.
tired, but I'm gonna do that because I know this is gonna put a smile on his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just being cognizant of that sort of thing and making sure that you're making each other a priority, even when the world is crazy.
Okay.
Because life
Yeah.
is insane. The world is on fire.
It is.
Right now.
Okay.
And so just in that, making your own little bubble and making your own little world.
Yeah, I
It's
absolutely
important.
love that. I love them.
Speaking of how they love us,
Yes.
you all want to talk about how would you like to be courted, or how you like to be courted? Like, what are some things that you like? I can go first if you want me to.
Go ahead, girl.
I just love when a person is attentive to me. If you make sure that you pay attention to details that I said, not in a love bombing sense, but that that I said something to you and that you noticed that I said it. I didn't even notice I said it. And now that you notice that, or when you try to make life a little easier for me in any way, I really, really, truly appreciate that. And then also when I could tell that you put thought into the courting process, or how you wanted to take me out on a date, or how you wanted to plan the day, even if it didn't go right. 'Cause
Okay.
I know, sometimes that happens too.
Yes.
But if you can pivot easily,
Right.
that's something I know that I need in my life, because I can get so siloed on what to do. So if you can fix it before I even notice that it's wrong, that's something that I need. So if you're taking, not if you're taking me out, when my man,
Right.
when my man takes me out on a date, I
better
just
not
right.
act like my piece don't do it.
Okay.
Oh, my piece does everything
That's
he needs
right.
to do.
That's right.
No, but when he takes me out on a date, I just really notice that he pours into doing things specifically with me that we both like to do.
He's
especially
attentive.
now. We both love sushi. We both love breakfast food. Very random, not the same combination. We don't mix them together.
Okay.
But some other things we love to do is like we love to shop for each other. So like
Aw.
I'll purchase some things for him, or he might purchase some things for me, and it's such a loving like situation to know that a person can do that for you. So that's some ways that I like to be courted. What about you, ladies? Or some ideas you have?
I like to be courted. I like to be thought of when I'm not around. Right? I just feel like,
Yes.
just like right now, right? And ain't nobody man right here, but look at us just talking about all the love and all the fabulousness. Like, I like to, I'll go up to his job and, I heard about the podcast. I heard about this. I heard about, girl,
I thought you was about to tell a whole story.
No,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
No.
sorry.
But just, you know what I mean? Just like speaking your feelings for me in rooms that I'm not in and may never be in.
Yeah.
And just that light. All the people at his job know all about me.
Yes.
I don't know who none of these folks are, but they know about me because when I'm not even around, he is talking about me, which I feel like is a testament to how you really feel. You know what I mean? That it's just like because you can tell me anything.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to your mom about how you feel about me, when you with your boys and I overhear you talk, like that makes me feel so special. It makes me feel so loved, and that's what it's like. That's the test for me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how am I being perceived to the people that you love?
Yeah.
How am I being perceived to the people that you care about? Because what are you saying to them?
Yeah.
That's the truth. You know, when you venting or whatever, that's one thing, but it's like just on an everyday basis, that does it for me.
That's a big green flag for me too.
Yeah.
I love that if I come across somebody and they like, oh, he love you so much.
Yes.
Yes.
He really.
Girl, he always talking about you.
Baby.
Yeah. It's important to see
It
that.
feels special.
Yeah.
The attentiveness, the
Yeah.
caring, the carrying me around with you.
Yes. Right. Yeah. It's
Top
top
tier.
tier. It's top
Okay,
tier.
okay, look at us.
It is top tier.
It's top tier. It's top
It
tier.
is. You know, I am such a chill person. I like my dates, but the reason that I'm such a long-term relationship person is because I love nothing more than to be able to relax, because I lead kind of a hectic life where I'm kind of pulled all the time or always doing something. I always have to have my brain on something. So when my partner or when I'm being coordinated and you can get me in a place where I can relax and it's just you and I, and we just, you know, the intimacy comes in. You know, you don't necessarily have to go too far, but the intimacy is the conversation. The intimacy is the light touches on the foot and, you know, somebody who is really, really attentive, because men who see me, that's who get my attention.
Yeah.
If you can't see me, because it's really apparent, and I try not to wear some of the, you know, hecticness of my life, but it's still kind of like, you can tell I was stressed out today. You can tell I was a little tired. So if you can be flexible and attentive and be like, babe, I know we were supposed to go to this party, but I'm going to take you to a movie and I'm going to take you out to dinner so that we can, you know, so that you can really decompress and it's doing something that you love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That,
Yeah,
lip
that's
biting.
a good one. That's a good one. I think also is seeing the sacrifice.
Yeah. Come on.
Seeing you sacrifice for me. Like, I've seen him sacrifice his sleep for me, his time for me.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, it's just, and not doing it spitefully. Oh, I gotta do this. It's doing it graciously. Just doing it like, I didn't even have to ask you. You saw I was tired. Baby, go lay down. I got this. I'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. Like, that is just, if I feel taken care of.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to take care of you and make you feel loved, but I also want you to take care of me and make me feel like, okay, what my needs are very important to you.
Yeah.
And so I would say that's another one.
Allow me to be just me.
Yes.
Ooh.
And in my soft girl era.
Yeah.
Because I'm very much thriving in that soft girl era right now. And I'm here for it.
Baby,
listen.
Take care of me.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep singing today. I'm sorry. But
It's okay.
I am so into soft girl era, and I'm like, I only want a man who wants that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are some men who they just don't want that type of woman. They want to go get her or whoever. I want a man who wants that for me. I don't want him to enforce it on me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I want him to want that for me. Baby, I want you to rest.
Yes.
I want you to take a break.
Yeah.
I see all that is going on with you. Please, go lay down.
Right.
That is the man that I'm looking for. Can y'all tell I'm a little perturbed a little bit?
You know, sprinkle it in.
It's okay though. It's okay.
Ain't good. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys. Well,
Yes.
do you all have any worst dates or the best dates you want to talk about?
I sure the hell do.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So, you know, before I got snatched up, wifed up, I was on, I I was on some dating apps, and I went on a date with this young man. Now, he wanted to go to somewhere downtown. Anybody who know me know I'm directionally challenged. I don't know how to get nowhere without my GPS.
Don't go nowhere with Ebony.
Yeah,
No.
She hate walking around
aimlessly, baby.
I hate walking around
She said,
aimlessly,
no,
and I
we
have
need
a
a
horrible sense
destination.
of direction.
Okay, so I didn't know where I was going. I'm trying to find a place, and then I realized that I had to pay for parking. Didn't have any cash, so then I got to run to the ATM to get cash, and I'm trying to communicate with him as I'm riding around and doing all of these things that I don't do. And you know, he's responding back, but I think maybe he thought I had stood him up. I'm not sure. But I walk in about an hour and a half after the date was supposed to start. I walk in. It was a hookah lounge. I sit down. He's already ordered a hookah. He's already had a drink. He was like, "You want a drink?" And I'm like, real dry. And I was like very apologetic. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't drive down here. I didn't know I needed cash. Like, I don't come down here for real. Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
And I tried to explain it to him. He was not having it. So he ordered. He had me order a drink. He paid for it, and he was like, "Well, I'm about to go." And he got up. And walked out. And you know what? I was just like, well, that was trash. You could have just said, I'm about to leave. Like, I didn't pay $15 for damn parking downtown. But also, when he stood up, he was way too short. So I was just like, well, you know what? The Lord always shows you the true colors. This would have never worked anyways. But I did get a free drink out of it. But I did feel, I was kind of like, damn, was it that bad? And this is how I know it wasn't that bad, because I was also an hour late to my first date with my husband, and he did not make me feel bad about it. And I did the same thing. He wanted to go to the down to the loop. I didn't know how to again, don't know where to park, don't know none of this. Listen, I loved back then. I did not drive because I was trying to get drunk, so somebody else was the driver. So I'm just trying to figure it out. And he was so patient with me. I communicated the same way that I had at that previous day. He was fine with it. He teased me about it a little bit when we got there, but we ended up closing out the restaurant in communication. So yeah, worst date, best date.
Okay.
I know that's right. Well, my worst date. Oh Lord, one time a guy was supposed to meet me, and we were supposed to drive somewhere together, and he kept on pushing off the time. He kept pushing off. I'm like,
it's about to be midnight.
It's about to be midnight, and we were going on a double date.
Oh Lord!
It was
the first date.
Yeah, I knew the person. It was a friend.
Oh, okay, so this was like a blind date.
Yeah, it was a
I
blind
do not
date.
like those. Do not set me up with none of your friends.
Yeah, and it was just not. It was just not the best dynamic. So with him having me wait, and then he wasn't even apologetic about it. It was like, I'm gonna be there. That's it. I'm gonna be there. So by the time you got here, I've been waiting. But it's all right. He wasn't my type anyway. You know, blind date for a reason. That I should have been blind. Looking at things. But it's okay. It's all right. But my best date was with my maid. And it really wasn't. It was just special because I remember the feeling of being like, I think he might be it.
Yeah.
I remember that feeling like this creep up, because I just felt the entire day. We went to dinner and we went for drinks, and I just felt so taken care of. I felt like a prize, and I was just like,
That's
oh
beautiful.
my gosh, is this really how this is supposed to feel? So I don't know. I really love the fact. I remember it, and we were sitting at this bar. It was like half indoor, half outdoor. We were outdoors. They had twinkle lights. I felt like I was
magical.
And he went to get us a few drinks, and then I remember looking at him coming back and how happy he was. And I was just like, oh, shoot. I think I'm happy too. So I just remember that, and I remember at dinner, like, even the waiter was just saying how he was making sure I was taken care of. It was a restaurant that had a pretty wide menu, and like he wanted me to order anything I wanted, and I was just really craving a chicken sandwich. So like our ongoing joke was like, you really just wanted that chicken sandwich? You could have had any steak on the menu, but I just really wanted a chicken sandwich. Yeah. But it was really just a really great date. So it's one of my the dates I always remember. So yeah. But blind dates, y'all be careful.
Yeah, that's
Speaking
dangerous.
of, I have two. It wasn't necessarily a blind date. It was a friend was dating a friend who then wanted to date me, and we went to a movie, and he asked me about dildos.
Huh?
Yeah, it was like on the movie or something, and so he like turned to me and was trying to have this conversation. Mind you,
in the movie theater, in the middle of the movie.
Mind you, this is a first time meeting. He turns to me and starts talking about sex toys, and I was so turned off.
Yeah,
It's the first date. What in the world?
Needless to say, I kind of cussed him out. We went to the restaurant, and of course, we was with the other two friends. We went to the restaurant, and I was kind of like, baby, I was so mean and rude to him. He ended up leaving the date early. He paid for his food and left me with the friend and my friend. And I did not give a damn. I turned to his friend and I said, your friend is a B. And he could never talk to me. I low-key ended up dating him for a little while. Anyway, he came back and he made
Plot twist. Plot twist, honey. I wasn't even expecting that.
No, he came back and he made it right. And I don't know, it was such a toxic date. And then he was like, I'm sorry, I think we got off on the wrong foot.
At least he realized the error of his ways.
I think he might have read the room wrong. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to me, because sometimes I feel like people try stuff with me that they don't try with other people. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all been in them situations where you be like, it's always me. Like when we go out to dinner, it's always me. And then, okay, so I have another one. I showed up to a date with a guy, and he was like, come on over to my place. I'm going to drive us to the restaurant. I was like, okay, cool. He was only a short amount away. I had my, I told people where I was and all of this. So I was like, okay, cool. If I go missing, y'all got his picture and everything.
Right.
So his cousin showed up.
To the date?
To his house.
Oh, no.
Because I was sitting there waiting for him to, like, get his keys and stuff. And he was, like, offering me drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, you want a drink? I just gotta... I don't remember what he was doing. But it was just, like, some in prep work or something. Like, I gotta finish brushing my teeth or something. It was something stupid like that. And his cousins showed up, and I was like...
Cousin, one.
Oh. And I was like...
What you doing here?
I was like, okay. And he answered the door, and he was like, oh, this is my cousin. He gonna be spending the night in my house.
What?
It was such a bizarre situation. He ended up asking me to come in the kitchen and asked me for a threesome.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I cussed him out, and I left. I was like,
bruh.
Are you
That's wild.
serious?
That's
What
wild.
about me said that I was going to be cool with that?
Bruh.
And then he was... So he asked me, and I was like, hell no. And he was like, well, I figured...
Why you want to have a threesome with your cousin, bruh?
I figured I should ask.
What? Opposed to what? Not asking?
He saw you and
I'm going home.
baby, I was...
Bye-bye.
When I say I was outdone, I was...
You had to be.
Outdone. I was
Weirdo.
like...
This is what I mean when I talk about
That's the dating pool.
dating pool.
I'm telling you, it's trash.
I can't.
And
No. Let me
It
go.
ain't for me. I'm gonna be.
my best was... he took me to Ruth Chris.
Well, we know. Yeah, we
Christina
knew.
loves Ruth
We
Chris.
knew Ruth Chris was gonna have to be in
you
the
know what?
equation.
That was not even my favorite. Those are my favorites. But my very best date, we got together and we actually went to Cheesecake Factory. And if y'all know me, I love those Buffalo Blasts and those
Yes.
cheesecake balls. So we went to Cheesecake Factory and we had the best time. When I say the
good.
best time, I didn't like my food. You know, this happens. I had got some pasta, didn't like my food. I sent it back. You know, he was very understanding, whereas some people be like, don't be sending your food back. They gonna spit in your food. just acting on food. And he was very understanding because this always happens to me. It is always my food that is always a hot mess. It is always my food. Y'all can attest to that. It is always
your stuff
me.
always get messed up.
Know what that is. That's why I said the Lord need to. I'm not a strong soldier. Please let me be one of the weak ones. But it was the best. We had the best time.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal. We had the vibes. We had the vibes.
I think a good date consists of good conversation.
Yeah.
Something fun to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, and that don't necessarily mean, like, we've done, like, the VR headsets at the City Foundry.
Yeah.
Like, that was really fun. But it also could just be, like, going for a walk.
Yeah.
Like, it don't have to be spending a whole bunch of money. Because really, when you're dating somebody, in my opinion, you need to not be focused so much on the glitz and glam and all that they can do for you and who this person is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because all of that material stuff, all of it can be gone so fast.
Oh, my goodness.
It can be gone. And then what? Do you even like this person?
Yeah.
Are you even compatible?
How about do the person have to drive to get back up?
Yeah. And not necessarily immediately. Sometimes you get knocked down and you need to just...
You need some time.
I need to figure out
But some
how this
people
happened.
stay there.
Yeah.
And who wants a partner who is forever depressed?
Yes, but are you going to leave them because of that, or are you going to work with them to get back to where they were?
Well, so I think that's part of getting to know a person and getting to know yourself, because I know that for me, I can't be with a forever depressed person. I just don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get up a little bit because I have a lot on my plate already, so I don't have the room for a forever depressed person. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to take away from them or be like they bad people.
No,
nothing like that. I just don't have the room on my plate.
And it's important to know that, because that's a benefit to know for you and that person.
Yes.
Because if they are going to need somebody that not necessarily coddles them, but is in support of them and taking whatever time they need. Or sometimes they need somebody to put a kick in their pants and be like, you got to get your ass up now.
Yep.
Like, okay, I've given you the time to wallow in it. Now it's time to get up. And if you are not wanting to be in that type of situation, then you have to know that, and the person has to know that that's not where you ready to be.
I can't start nobody else up. I know me. I just don't have that particular capacity. I know people who do. Now I know people who can carry so much and still, you know what I'm saying? Still stand. But I cannot. First of all, I have to have a partner who can support me, and I know that I come with a lot. So. I'm supportive, but I'm not supportive enough that I can lift you out of the ground.
Out of it, yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
And you got to have a partner speaking of like a depressed partner, you have to have a partner who is willing to say, you need to get you some help, or you need to figure out why we are in this state constantly, whether it be severe enough for meds, whether it be mild enough where it's just seasonal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all have to be able to communicate and deep dive into those hard places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important too, though, to make sure that you give a person just a little bit of grace, because you know,
but they need a lot of grace.
Yeah, I think that, you know, because when you're going through something, depending on what it is, sometimes you don't even know what it is, especially if you're dealing with some sort of mental, you know, health issue, you know, especially we're coming up on the seasons changing. You just mentioned seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even realize what it is, especially because it's, I won't say a newer thing, but it's something that I feel like people are just starting to realize is impacting them.
Yeah.
So
They're
that's
starting
just
to
an
recognize
example.
it.
Yeah. For something just to notice. And if your partner is going through it, to help them work through it, to give them grace, but to also know your own capacity. It's important. It's important.
And you really have to know, if you're going to deal with somebody who has, you know, mental issues, that you are ready to also be a part of that. Because it's also going to affect your life. It's also going to affect your kids. It's also going to affect your whole situation.
Right.
And you have to be ready for it. I think it's so sad when people get into certain situations and they already knew they didn't have the capacity, and the person does exactly what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They do, because it...
Yeah.
it's a mental issue. It's not just it's not something they trying to do.
Right. It's the same thing as like having a diabetic crisis.
Yeah.
Or,
you know, sickle cell.
Yeah.
All
any
of that.
It's the same thing. It is an illness, depending on what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an illness, and some people have a good grasp on those sorts of things. Some people, it's a trial and error, like as far as like medications and stuff like that. That's not, typically it takes a while to find the right cocktail to make you your best self in that situation. And then maybe that medication works for a time period and then it stops. Like you have to be honest with yourself and that person.
Yes.
And it's also okay to say, I don't know. I'm willing to go on this journey with you, and I will communicate with you if it becomes too much for me, but I don't know how I'm going to deal with this.
Yeah, because that's literally part of people's baggage.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to, like, even when people come with multiple children, you have to be ready to, let's say, none of the mamas want them, or the one mama who have them don't want them, and now they all at your house. Are you the type of person to love all those children as your own?
Yeah.
Like, it's a spectrum of things you have to be ready to deal with.
Yeah.
But you have to be real with yourself.
But you have to
understand if you can't deal with it, it's okay to exit stage left at, an appropriate time. Make sure that you are seeing about yourself. And if you care for that person, make sure you give them a chance, an explanation. But at the same time, and give them a chance, because they may not, we all are growing each day. And sometimes we don't realize what we're dealing with is impacting someone else.
Yeah.
If your partner is going through a depressive episode, depression, you really are kind of just seeing about yourself when you in the midst of it.
Yeah.
You don't even barely have the capacity for yourself. How you going to have it for somebody else?
And you have to be a strong enough person, though, that if you are in that situation, to not crumble to, I'm not getting my needs met. Because that can be a lot when you go in and you are not getting your needs met at all, and it has to be 90-10 where they getting a 90 and all you getting is 10.
Yeah, but you know what, sometimes that is relationships.
It is.
It's sometimes it's like right now you're the one who needs the caretaking. So I'm gonna be your caretaker. In a month it might be roles reversed. And so you have to be willing to
have those communications
and do that give and take. It can't always be about you.
Yeah, because for me specifically, with having a special needs child, when I'm in a relationship, they have to be understanding to that, and it's no way around it. It's my everyday.
You're a package deal.
My child is probably going to be with me for the rest of her life, regardless. So when you come and you pick up this package, you have to know that is part of your life. And you have to love my child unconditionally, because I do recognize it takes special people to love special people.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And not get frustrated
right.
with some of the stuff they do. I know I can handle it because I'm doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes for another person, even like newborns, you know, when you have a newborn, sometimes it takes people by surprise what it takes to have
care for them.
A newborn.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that for me all the time. It's like, look, this is my life. This is a lot. So I try to let people make their own decisions about what they're willing to deal with and carry. And I never harbor no ill will about it.
Yeah.
Or nothing. I'd be like, okay.
Right.
You know,
it's best that I know now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be deep in this relationship.
Right.
We done moved in or something, and you mistreat me or my child. Because baby, then we got
Mama Bear. She got play about
first
that.
Of all, she got me. Then she got a tribe.
Yeah.
And her posse is coming. Don't you worry.
And they not playing no games. None.
Girl, she picks up people all the time. We was in the mall and she picked up some people. They was like, we was in the pretzel line. And she waited so patiently for these pretzels. And the couple in front of us was taking a long time and she was getting restless. The black lady next to us, she was like, she being so good. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, she about to tear this place up though. They'll come on. And she was like, and they better not say nothing to her. Or I'm going to get everybody up there.
Right.
I was like, baby, rain, but she better collect folks.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I love that.
Well, relationships are so multifaceted. I think dating is so multifaceted.
It is.
You just have to find the aspects that work for you. Go along with the process. Watch out for the signs, that the red flags.
Yes.
And I would also say, be okay with being by yourself.
Yes.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
Singlehood is important.
It is.
Can we talk about how important that is?
It is so important. I found myself in my singlehood, and then I met my husband.
Yeah.
Because and we talk about it all the time. If he had met me just a year earlier, it would not have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would not have worked because I didn't know me. I didn't know what I needed. I also didn't know what my hard passes were.
Yeah.
I realized before I met him that like there were things that it's just like, oh, you have kids, oh, that won't work for me.
Yeah.
I understand that there's a lot of people who are completely fine with that, but my experience was like that's not going to work for me. I want to build with somebody brand new, just like I have none of this with me. I want to build with somebody like that.
Yeah.
There was also things like complete and utter transparency.
Yeah.
I cannot take the guessing game.
Yeah.
Are we together? Are we not? Are you being honest? Am I questioning like with this? If I have to start doing that, I'm not a detective.
And I don't want to be in indecision.
And I don't want to be feeling like I'm left on hold to try to figure things out while you keep me just stringing me along. And so it's just, I just want people to also know that it is okay to be single.
Yeah.
And while you are single, be working on yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you work on yourself, when you know yourself, dating changes. Because as soon as you come in contact with somebody, it is so much easier to be like, oh, nope, red flag, not doing that.
Yep.
Oh, nope, that's a hard pass, not doing that. Or, yes, I see this quality, I see this trait in you that I know that that's what I want for myself and a partner. So now I'm interested, now I'm looking at it, and it's not always necessarily so superficial, kind of like we talked about last week, or it's not so monetary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because money comes and goes.
And try not to date out of desperation.
Yeah.
Please try to be single and not be single to the point where you enjoy your own company and you're not seeking this partnership just because you don't want to be alone. It's
if you don't like you, why would someone else?
Well, life goes in phases, right?
Yeah.
And our singleness is if you are seeking partnership, because if that's your journey for you, then you will one day never experience that again. Mm-hmm. And people don't think about it like that.
That's true.
You will never experience that again.
So true.
You know, the goal is to stay with your partner.
Right. Yeah.
So you will never experience that, knowing that you should really cherish it.
Mm-hmm.
And take that time to explore all aspects of it.
Yeah.
Take time for yourself. Find something you love to do. Mm-hmm. Go after a goal that you may not be able to accomplish very easily with a partner. At least start it.
Right.
And please don't make partnership your only goal.
Oh, my God.
Please don't do that.
Yes.
Men, women, non-binary, whomever.
Yeah.
Please don't make partnership your only goal, because you have so much more to offer than just partnership. And there are people who are thriving and are single people.
Yes.
You do not have to be in a relationship. Don't let society or anybody push you to believe that. If you enjoy you are good to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, be okay with leaving.
Yeah.
Be okay with leaving.
When it's not right, get good, baby.
Let it go.
Pack it up.
Be so in love with you.
Yes. Be in love with yourself enough to know that this is not serving me. And not necessarily like, oh, we got into an argument, it's over.
No, not
like that. But it's just like, this is not serving me. I am not happy in this situation. And so I need to figure out my own happiness. And sometimes it turns back around. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like, okay, it's not working right now. But then 5 years in the future, it's like, whoa, now we are like different people. We've grown, but we still have that love for each other, and now it works.
I've done that. We broke up for about 6 months. It wasn't even that long, but when we came back together, when I say the relationship, you wouldn't even recognize it from what it was
before.
I mean, like, we were toxic. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sure.
Because we both were going through something.
Yeah.
And when we were going through it, it was like nobody was able to be, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was able to give to the other person.
Because you were so much wrapped up in your thing.
Kind of just...
bumping heads.
So when we separated for this 6 months, when we came back, it was kind of like, oh my God, this is why you fell in love with this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was kind of like we were able to work through that singly without having an obligation to somebody or somebody who was looking for you for something. Because in relationships, we do tend to become you know, a little codependent.
Yeah.
Now, and that's okay. Now, extreme codependency, no. But a little codependent where you look to this person, this is my partner. This is somebody who is supposed to be with me, and we supposed to go through these situations together.
We're a team.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You become a team, and if the ultimate goal is marriage, you need to be a team, and you need to understand that is hard work.
Yeah.
I need y'all to understand relationships, marriages are hard work. Just because it's not peaches and cream right now does not mean give up.
Even singleness is a relationship with yourself.
That's right.
And that's hard work because you actually have to dig into what you were going through.
Yes.
You have to and if you are single and you got out of a bad relationship and you realize maybe you were not the issue the person was, acknowledging that I need to see those signs and just take the time and do the work to see the signs so I know the signs so I don't have to experience them again.
Right, because the question is what attracted you to that person that had those traits?
Yeah.
Because if you feel like you keep dating the same type of person over and over and over again and it's not working, your picker is not right.
And you will sometimes attract what you are.
Yeah. Or what you allow.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a tag to be like, okay, I need to do some self-reflection.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it is nothing wrong with getting to know you.
Yeah.
And I like what you said about those hard no's, because if you don't have hard no's and boundaries, you will continue to cycle through just anything. You know what I mean? Because you're looking. So you're like sampling. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. Instead of stopping, you know what I'm saying? Figuring it out, because you will stop attracting bums. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying that as an umbrella term for stuff we don't want.
Right.
You'll stop attracting bums.
Yeah.
You'll stop attracting chauvinists. You'll stop because you'll already see them from a mile away.
Right.
We're not even going there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Money won't be able to distract you anymore from who that person is.
Yeah.
Because who wants a millionaire who treat them like crap?
Right.
Yeah. That's real. All right, y'all. Well, if you are single, in a relationship, dating, it's complicated.
Okay.
Whatever is going on, we just hope that you get through it with peace.
Yes, and love.
Yes.
Give yourself grace.
And if you want us to give us your opinion,
Yes.
our opinions on your relationship or your situation or a situation you know about.
Because you can tell us your business or somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to give you opinions on it. It may not be, we're not therapists, but we're going to give you opinions on it. So please write in on our Instagram, Facebook, X.
All of them. We check them daily. We want to see what y'all have to say.
All right, y'all.
All right, break time.
All right, y'all. It's about that time to affirm ourselves. It's time for our affirmation of the day.
It is. And the affirmation of the day speaks to the little black girl inside all of us. So it's called Dear Little Black Girl. And it goes like this. Your skin is beautiful.
Your skin is beautiful.
Your voice does matter.
Your voice does matter.
You light up a room.
You light up a room.
I am so proud of you.
I am so proud of you.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
And I love you.
And I love you. That was that did speak to my inner little black girl. I love that.
I'm gonna have to repeat that one.
The affirmation of the week. I'm gonna keep up with that.
I love that.
Yeah, we hope that you can carry that with you through the week and tell a little black girl that affirmation too.
Yes.
All right, ladies. On that note, stay opinionated.
Stay opinionated.
Stay opinionated. Hey y'all, we just want to remind you that you can listen to each episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Search Black Women with Opinions and make sure to subscribe and click that share button. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Black Women with Opinions Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok and X, formerly known as Twitter, at BWWO Podcast. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to our Patreon at Black Women with Opinions Podcast. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it so much. We love you and stay opinionated.